Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. PM session, Lab Live, Wednesday afternoon. Let's get after it. Let's get after it. How we doing, guys? How was your morning? Uh, uh, mm, what are benefits of exclusive member? Let me get back to you on that because I'm not up to snuff on the prop and compare Discord roles. Let me. There's got to be a thinger in here somewhere that I could explain it to you. Uh, I swear it's just maybe people that have signed up and like have an account with Prop Compare. But yeah, let me get back to you. Let me get back to you because I don't want to tell you something and lead you astray. Ah, hello from O'Hare Airport. Praise be Bray for helping me kill time. Yeah, happy to have you here, man. Safe flight, hopefully, on your way home. How was your trip to good old Sunshine State? Is Florida's the Sunshine State, right? Or am I tripping? No, it's got to be the Sunshine State. Mr. Mickey, what's going on? Captain Mickey. Yeah, so I personally, what have I been streaming? I'm like 3 to 4 times a week. I've streamed every AM session so far this week. And then I got PM today, so it all depends on my work schedule, man. Really, like shift work can kind of vary. So, but this week and next week I should be pretty active. But yeah, we're as a collective within the lab, we're like Monday to Friday every session. So we're ripping it. Yeah, we do London session, AM session. Yeah, London session 2:45 to 4:45, AM session 8 to 11, and PM session 2 to 4. So we're pretty active. Hot, humid, and lots of old folks. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's hot there. It's good weather. Happy to be headed home though. Yeah, I don't blame you. I get that way too. Being away from home for too long. I don't know. I think it's just because like it's so nice to have a good home base. And if you really truly enjoy like what you do and where you live, then like you don't really need a vacation from it for long, you know? So safe travels on your way home. What's up, Ben? What's up, Slim? I hear that I'll try to join when you're trading. You were a fire trader to watch. You're just a great dude. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Same goes to you, dude. You're an absolute killer. Absolute killer. I've learned a lot about trading from you in the old spaces days when I used to join those spaces. I used to listen to you all the time. Bulletproof mindset on you. Okay. So let me take these out because I don't need these. Okay. Who is with me in the AM session with Alex and I? Give me a one or say yes or whatever. Yeah, yeah, Yap was. I remember Yap being here. I think Slayer was with us. Uh, Slim was there. Okay, okay. So quite a few of you. So you guys know the deal with my AM session long then. So yeah, I did. Um, I'll show it to you guys. Actually, I was gonna break it down on the NQ chart, but kind of do a breakdown on here. So I got out at PDH, the long, yeah. So the whole idea was, right? I hate these drawings. I hate these drawings. I hate these drawings. I'm gonna clear this chart right the hell up for you guys. Okay. So the idea was, right, had these relative equal highs from London session, and then we had the previous daily high, or sorry, the high of day, previous daily high. ES also created equal highs with its high of week. Retracement. We did have some daily high SMT here, but the big, driver in the high time frame view or higher time frame lens was the fact that we had actually met two and a half projections from the 4-hour bearish breaker that we confirmed on Monday, or rather on Tuesday, right? So we met that. We had some SMT down here with YM. Like so. That was kind of older SMT, but nonetheless was there. We also had AM low SMT yesterday inside of this area here, right? During the lunch session when the low of the day formed. And then obviously massive rally at the end of the day yesterday and in the overnight session. So going into today, what I saw was this SMT here with the previous daily high was kind of meh. It's just kind of hard to fade. It's kind of hard to fade buys in a market like this, given how expansive we've been over the past, few weeks to months, right? So daily internal to external just seemed like a clear-cut play. So we actually had this daily high SMT. It did create a 15-minute bearish breaker, but I faded that because we also were creating Asia low SMT with ES, tagging into digital open that was nested with a 15-minute bullish breaker that had yet to meet projections, right? Oops, not S&T, orange line. There you are. There you are, handsome. Okay. Had yet to meet projections, right? Just missed them. Those projections lined up right at previous daily high, which we also just missed. So when we go and we fail to take any sort of liquidity like that, that's a sign that we're just engineering liquidity here, right? So that paired with high time frame narrative and higher time frame direction, right? The trend is your friend, all that good stuff. It doesn't make this long easy. This long was not easy because you did have conflicting info. But as I mentioned this morning, right? Whether this trade was a loss or a win, I would be happy with it because I chose to pick a side and commit to it. Okay. That's what is going to save you from any sort of, back and forth tilt type of behavior. So if you can just either A, take that conflicting info, that two-sided info, and either A, stay sidelined, or B, commit to one side based on your analysis and stick to it. That is your job. That's all you have to do. And it just so turned out today that the outcome was a green one. It doesn't take away, if it was a loss, it would not take away anything from the validity of this trade. There's risks involved with every trade, right? It's just a matter of, do you accept those risks or not? Okay, so what I said going into the AM session is that I wanted to see a retracement back in a discount of this overnight range, tag into this breaker, potentially take 1800 open, create SMT with Asia low, with ES at Asia low, and YM, of course, and then get a nice expansion higher. So we're anticipating that 930 Judas to take us lower and then higher. Same thing that happened yesterday, but a lot more muted, right? We kind of had an AM Judas, and then we had our low put in for a PM reversal. So buys were at the breaker, just a little bit above the breaker as soon as we formed that ES SMT. And then it was just a hold, right? It was just a gruesome hold. We got like 19 points away from my stop for it to reverse all the way back up to the highs. So and then we also went on to create a new 15-minute breaker here. Oops. Right? Wait. Wait a tick. Oh, I see. That's what's going on here. Okay. Alt enter. This one's correct. Okay, this one has to be M and Q. M and Q. Are we M and Q M? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. These fucking Zoom bars. Hide floating meeting controls. 15-minute. Here we go. Oh, this was a nothing thing over here. During the Asia session, I was initially going short and I was like, that's kind of a stupid idea. But yeah, you can see buy down here, 29,201. Then I sold at PDH, 29,456. Go to the, see where I bought, where I sold. I didn't use any sort of 1 minute, 5 minute, what fucking whatever. 15-minute time frame is all you need. It's all I needed for today. It's boring, but it works. I'm not always going to be taking just the 15. Sometimes I'll look for some sort of continuation entry, but the continuation entry that we got was a 198 point breaker. So it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to add on that, right? Because I would have been adding, my average entry would have been probably right here. And then my stop would have been 178 points on more contracts when I just had a 140 point stop instead. What was my R to R? Just 2 to 1. 2 to 1. Nothing sexy. Nothing sexy, but gets the job done. Gets the job done. Okay, let me read through chat. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody's clear on that? I'll do a more concise breakdown and post it, but that's the first test or the first take on it. What's the indicator with the times? This is the ICT kill zones and pivots by TFO. It's a free indicator. It's here. This puppy right here. This puppy right here. Yeah, I took the same trade as you. I entered as soon as I saw S&P with Asia low. The thing is that I took some profit at the 50-minute high, and then I made a mistake of adding and moving my entry. So I ended up with the B with the add-on entry, and looking at it now, I get mad. Don't worry about it, dude. It's really like something that you just have to kind of get through and learn, like to not micromanage your trades. I can say personally that even I get a little squirrely when I'm in a trade, and if it starts to go in my way, in my favor quickly, I start to get the itch. I'm like, okay, well, say get some profit, whatever. But like that's all outcome-based thinking. It's not supposed to be comfy, right? You don't have to submit to those cravings and those ideologies, right? You should have everything picked out before you get into your trade so that your logic and your thinking and your expectations are concrete, right? Because if it's not, if it doesn't go, if you don't, do what you say you're going to do or think that, or like follow your plan, I guess, if you don't do what you say you're going to do and don't follow the plan that you set out for yourself, then like you're only hurting yourself, right? And you're undermining your own abilities. So take it from me. I've, the amount of times I've closed a goddamn trade early and seen it go well in my direction and hit my terminus, stupid amounts of time. But that's the necessary work that you have to put in. And that's the experience that you get, right? Sometimes, like, especially as men, right? We are stubborn, hard-headed fucking barn animals. We do not, take it from someone else. We take it from our own experience, right? We learn the hard way. It's how we do it. It's how it's always been. It's probably how it's always going to be. That's just in our nature. So don't stress it. Learn from it. Keep that experience slim as a reminder that you do know what you're doing. So just take that into consideration for next time, right? I can tell you're such a solid dude in real life. Much love, bro. That's very nice of you, man. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. I do my best. Just a chill dude. Just a chill guy, I got swerved 3 times, entered on the 4th move, got stopped. Then fifth time got the move a line, but I def chased today. Useless chase process adherent first, then the rest. Yeah, if you have to try 5 times to get into a trade, you have to reevaluate your entry functions because it sounds to me like you were trying to form fit, um, or you were just offside, right? So it usually comes to like it usually comes down to the fact of having improper stops or trying to enter early. So try to figure that out. I know how you feel, but yeah, that is 100% a chase. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I don't know what the underlying issue is there. But yeah, process first. Process first. Yeah, you learn every day. Absolutely. Doesn't matter how many years you do this, right? There's there's traders with 2 to 3 times the amount of time that I have in the markets, and they still, or 2 to 3 times the amount of experience that I have, and they still learn every day. And that's what keeps you going, right? I guess the third time is more like, okay, I need to sideline limit place, but pressures went bullish a whole lot of kills without tag, basically. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what you were looking for or what, but yeah. Because it could be like maybe you're just trying to chase a specific entry and you're taking a bunch of different setups, or you're just spamming entries within a specific area looking for a reversal. So it is very um it varies based on where price is at and what you're trying to do with it. As long as you learn and do different next time. Yeah, yep. Couldn't agree more. I mean, what's the quote? It's like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. I fuck heavy with that quote. But yeah, that was the trade from the morning. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Um, the criteria is essentially there's so many little teaching moments I could add from each trade that I take, but it's essentially daily internal, external, relative equal highs, 930 Judas into 15-minute breaker and 1800 open. SMT, yes, at Asia low by the breaker. And then there's also like obviously standard deviations come into play, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, this one wasn't like I won't even deny it. Like this one was not like the cleanest trade, but it just had everything that I needed to pull the trigger. Not clean because of the way that the breaker was formed. Like I don't love when breakers are in the middle of a range, right? Like I like when they're at extremes, but with the fact that or the fact that the low of the breaker is actually the Asia low. The breaker is nested with digital opening price. It's also inside of a higher time frame hourly and 15-minute breaker here. It's also in discount of this range. So you can kind of see how you start to build those confluences together. And it's really just a matter of like, does this idea have enough weight and enough confluence for it to be valid, right? Like maybe if we didn't have this 1800 opening price here, maybe if we didn't create the SMT with ES and we just had it with YM, maybe if it was in premium and not in discount, if it hadn't, maybe if it didn't have some of those things, it wouldn't have been as good, right? So yeah, they're not all sexy. But anyway, that's the breakdown from today. That's kind of my spiel. But for this afternoon, what I am looking at is, I mean, let's go there. So there's two things I'm looking at, right? Now that we've traded above the high of week, I'm firmly believing that this is the low of the week and that we're just going to continue to expand higher unless we have new circumstances or new information present to us on the chart. -4 of the 15-minute breaker that we entered on and that we traded back into and created SMT at -4. That's priority number one for a hold for the next target. And then -2 of the 15-minute breaker that was formed afterwards. So up yonder is where we're looking for potential reach target, which is how many points away? 160 points away. So I don't have any I don't have a single shred of an idea of where I want to see price go or where I want to enter from. I don't have any sort of entry planned out. This is kind of just a runaway train. So it's going to be a session where we just kind of watch. But if you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. This can be more of a learning stream if you guys want. What's up, Asa? How's it going, bro? How do you review your week/trades? I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I haven't done that in a while, but I've had a couple of reminders this week that I probably should fire that back up again. But what I do is I have TradeZella. Let me log into it. I haven't looked at. I haven't really done much journaling at all, to be so honest with you. I'm not perfect, which is kind of stupid because I emphasize the importance of it. Let me see. Trade. Can I go to my dashboard? Do that. TradeZella still has that fucking bug. I messaged them like 3 weeks ago to fix a bug where it shows the calendar in the middle of the screen when I'm on my dashboard or my daily journal. Templates, trade review. Here we go. Okay. Bullshit. So for a trade review, what I will go through first is the context of the trade. Okay. So I'm asking myself things like, what sort of liquidity have we recently taken? Is there SMT at that liquidity? Where are we likely to go next? What's the higher time frame saying? Where are the breakers? Where are the standard deviation projections? All that stuff, right? Basically breaking down my trade from high time frame down to entry, and from there, that should cover my trade context, right? And then expected versus actual. So the expected result versus the actual result. Were they different? Were they similar? What was different about them? And then for that trade, would you take this trade again? Yes or no? Did you discount any info that was present for that trade? That's important. Any errors that I made? Did you manage yourself and the trade well? And then any sort of positives or any sort of lessons. I don't call, you notice how I don't call them negatives, I call them lessons. So that's how I'll review a trade. For the day, I have a post-market report. And that's, I used to do a video review, and I would post them to like a private, like my private YouTube, where I could just have them in like a collection. Pre-market expectations, how the market played out, trade walkthrough, review of my emotional state at different points of the day, missed opportunities, behavioral errors, and what I did well, and any actionable items, right? So the whole goal of the post-market report is to reinforce good habits and highlight bad ones and focus on actionable items to change those bad habits. So asking yourself three simple questions, right? What did I do well? What did I do not so well? What do I need to do to remove the not so well things? Or what are my actionable items, right? So if you want to narrow down even more, what do I want to do less of? And what do I want to do more of? I'll have that included as well. So very basic. Yeah, this exactly was the reminder. Yeah, the plan versus actual is nice, but you'll kind of get a good feel for what to do. Like it's really just like you're just having a conversation with yourself. And like if you did something good, like you'll know it, right? If you did something bad, you'll know it because like you feel it in the moment. If you've been trading long enough, you know when you're doing something shitty, right? You know, like, oh, I'm being a fucker right now, you know? And that's usually choosing the easy choice, the easy wrong. If you like know like, oh shit, I really want to do this, but like I know I shouldn't, and I'm not going to because it's not part of my plan, like that's the hard right. Yeah, very big emphasis on the process. But and eventually like you will get to a point where um you don't need to journal as much. Like for me, it started out as like a consistency thing and like to hold myself accountable. And because like I had a hard time showing up to the market and not being prepared. But now I've kind of done those reps enough where like I can show up to the market and like I can just kind of do it in my head, and get sorted. And then I've taken my model so many times that like journaling them now, unless it's something new, I don't really bother. Like I don't journal my winners really, unless it's something new that I found. And I'll journal my losers sometimes, but I'll mostly just make a mental note of it. But yeah. So journaling, I'm not going to say that like you eventually don't have to journal. Like I don't do not use me as the exception to the rule. Because I would there's always benefit to journaling, but you got to be realistic too and understand like you're not always going to be able to journal. You're going to have seasons where you just like don't have time and you just like you stream 4 hours in a day and you have other shit to do and you have other commitments and you're just like I can't spend 30 minutes on this right now. So yeah, for me today, the juke limits of mine, then still wanting to enter later on was an ego thing. My fragile ego got hurt, so I wanted to still enter. Wrote that down. Yeah, ego is probably like the number one contributor to tilt and bad trading habits. Because if you think about it, imagine if any of you work a 9 to 5, imagine going to your 9 to 5, putting in a solid 8 hour shift, doing good work, and then your boss says, like, oh yeah, by the way, I can't pay you for today. You did everything that you're supposed to do, but I'm not gonna pay you today. Wouldn't that just like fuck you right off? Wouldn't that just fuck you right off? That's what trading is, man. That's exactly what trading is. You have to be okay with doing everything right and not getting paid for it. Where do you write it down? Handwritten notes or somewhere else? I'm old fashioned. I love to write things down over typing them. There's something, I think there's science. Well, I know there's science behind it. There's science behind writing something down. It's more visceral and you tend to retain it better and it's more of an experience than just like typing it. Typing it, you don't get any sort of like, because it's so fast, right? You're not stopping and thinking about what you're gonna write. It's very easy to type. It's super, you know, existential almost. Like you don't really, you can most people can just subconsciously type shit, you know? When I'm trade journaling, oh yeah, when I'm trade journaling, I will just do it on the computer. Or I'll do video format so I can talk it through. But anything important, I'll like write it down too. I just learn better that way, writing, taking notes. I think writing is a lost art. It's sad. Can you share an example of your trade journaling? I mean, I just did. I just shared like my whole trade review process and everything. I talked it out, so it's back there. We'll have to clip it, but it's no different than anyone else. It's no different than anyone else. Video format is the best. When I do stupid stuff, I record my raw emotion right after. Yeah, that's yeah. Just cuss yourself out. Cheers, Greg, and hop off. All right, cheers, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your awesome questions. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your day. But yeah, Sky, it's not special, man. Like my journaling is no more organized or efficient than anyone else's, right? It's just a matter of consistency. Um, I'll make a video. I can make a video on it. Let me get back into journaling though, so I can collect some recent examples. I'll do like a process. I'll do a trade recording, or I'll do a recording of my trade that I took today, do a breakdown, and then I'll be like, it'll be like a two-parter. So like part one is breaking down the trade. Part two is journaling it. Maybe I'll do that. It's actually a half not bad idea. I'm terrible at doing content creation. So uh, trade. Trade breakdown recording. Part 2. Journal log. I'm not sure how I'll do it, but I think there's a vision there. Today I put a limit at 113 and market took off from 117 to all-time high. Where? What time? Because like the low a day was, or the low of the AM was 29,075. Yeah, I see 29,113, but like it tagged 29,112 at 10:09. Trying to think of like 117, 10:10. What's the difference between trying to enter at 10:10 and I mean, it sounds like you were just being nitpicky. I don't know what the significance of 29,113 is. Yeah. No, it sounds like you were just being picky, dude. Full stop. Like you were just being picky. Why your your entry should not try to form fit a specific R to R. Your entry should be off of a specific signature and price, whether it be an IFEG, an order block, a breaker block, or whatever the shit. If her value gap, something, right? Some sort of entry confirmation. Like if I'm trading a breaker, trying to take a trade in the midpoint of the OB. Okay. Even then, what time frame? Like what time frame? Oh, 15 second. Oh, I can't help you there. 15 second. Fuck. How many points was your stop loss? Like, was it the difference between being able to take the trade and not taking the trade? Because if not, if like there was no difference between taking the trade or not taking the trade, like then you should have just entered at a specific, at like a less, subjective spot, right? Like if I'm taking a breaker trade, if I'm taking a breaker entry and like we get a closure here, like, and this is the breaker, like I'm entering on the breaker, right? Like I don't care. I don't care if it goes down here. Like I'm not going to try to, because what'll happen, sometimes what'll happen is like, oh, it'll go down here and I'll want it down here, but then it just tags the breaker and goes, right? So I wouldn't form fit to try and get a tighter stop. That's just that's Instagram bullshit. Sorry to say, but like you don't have to be perfect. Your entries have to be just so basic. Like the entry mechanism or like your entry is like the least important part of your trade. I usually miss my entry to tighten up my stop. Okay, well, there you go. I mean, that's kind of what I think is going on too. Like you're trying to form fit your trades and be perfect and get the perfect entry. Like it doesn't exist. Like price isn't always going to tap like the Pico spot, right? So just pick a mechanical thing. If you said OBs, you like entering on the OB, just enter on the OB. Don't try to be cute and take the mean threshold. Um, but yeah, so I guess your question was, how can you fix it? Don't be so darn picky. You have multiple chances to get long. And like if your risk can afford it, if your risk can afford that specific stop loss, then just rip it. But like if like, you know, your where your entry is and where your stop loss is gonna be, like to your TP is like the R to R is not worth it. Like for me, if it's like less than two, like I'm probably not gonna take it. Or um sorry, I was getting a phone call. Or I will just like maybe then I'll try to like take a more discount entry. But that's it. It's very rare that I do that. Yeah, I would just say, don't be so picky. Don't be so picky. Bray, can we go back to 10 a.m. or to a.m. 15-minute trade? It worked, but our stop was wrong. Our stop. I never got stopped out. Where was your stop? Let's go back. Where was your stop? Yeah, I held it. I got like 260 points. Stopped out with limit. Where was your stop loss? I guess when was your entry and where was your stop loss? Because if you were listening to me and doing what I said to do, you wouldn't have gotten stopped. Not that you should listen to me, but you said hour, so I figured we were on the same wavelength. Hold on, holding on. Hey, Bray, gonna spend some time with my mom. Have a blessed day. You enjoy that time, brother. Give your mother my best. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, this is definitely one of those days where there's not really much going on. We've kind of already the daily target has already been met. So, well, for me, the daily target has been met. It can probably just continue up to this -4, which would be like the most that it could do in my opinion, because that's like kind of max expansion off of this breaker. So up in this area, but I don't have a way of getting in. I don't think I have any sort of holy shit. ES is ripping, dude. Yeah, I don't have any sort of way. I'm not like looking, I'm not itching to get long buying a new high. I'd rather just sit, keep my money, keep my money. But if something shows up, um, I'll definitely tape read it. We could break it down, but we could break it down. But yeah, there's nada. Basically, just the SMT at the highs with YM, but YM is just kind of stuck in the mud. If you look on the 4 hour, like YM is just chopped to bits. Maybe 2 p.m. gives something, but I'm thinking, I mean, 2 p.m. is almost over. Yeah, you probably mean 3. But yeah, like look at YM. So um here's NQ and ES rippers. Here's YM. YM has been just stuck in a range while NQ and ES have been expanding. So don't exactly trust that SMT at the highs here. We've been forming those SMTs for quite some time. Oh, you're in Central right now? That'll happen. That'll happen. This is why I don't trade on travel days. Yep. Boy, I've been there. Hmm. Yeah. Nothing here for me. Nothing on the 15 minute is barking at me. It's just more or less just kind of retracing. We've got some SMT with YM at a 15 minute low. I ain't taking that, but you also have it with, I don't have it with ES anymore. This hourly candle is closing bullish as it is. 30 minute is retracing. Yeah. Probably just like do, do internal to external, but like you'll be fucked up if you think I'm gonna just buy this Bissy at the high of day. No, sir. But we'll tape read it. That breaker confirms. -2. Need a breaker to confirm. -2 is resting just above the current PM high. Relative equal highs. This would be like a fractal market maker buy model. But nothing to do until it forms, right? This could just continue. We also have a breaker prepped on the 15-minute with daily high SMT with YM. So this could just form the breaker. You know? But I'm just not interested. I'd rather keep my money. I don't need to make any more today. What's going on, Da Vinci? What's going on, dude? Good longs today. Beautiful longs. Good soup, good soup. I want to kind of replay the lunch hour. Yeah. Gym time for me soon. Get after it. Get after it. Oh. I probably should do something too. Move my body. Move my body. Might go tinker in the yard after this. The wind's picking up though, but I have to get the sprinklers figured out. Bought new sprinklers. How did the marathon go, by the way? It went well. It was a lot of fun, actually. I did not poo myself. I did not pee myself. No incontinence over here. Um, no, it was good, man. It's a beautiful course. Vancouver is a beautiful city. So like super, super stoked that I got to run that course. Um, the weather was really warm though, so it made things tough late race. Ran into issues with just electrolyte imbalance and stuff, so it caused some cramping and whatnot. But 12-minute PR, can't be mad. All things considered, like with my shin issue, my shin splints, with the warm weather, you know, all that stuff. I'm very happy with how it went. It wasn't the time that I wanted, but it was the time that I got. So now I'm just taking some time off and trying to fully heal. I've accumulated so much fucking fatigue this year already from running. Um, so I'm going to take some time off and just cross train, do some strength training, and just kind of rest the body a bit. Yeah, Colorado, Vancouver is awesome. It's so cool. It's such a cool city. You have so many different flavors. Like you could be downtown where it's very hustle bustle and whatnot, and like super cool restaurants. I know you're a foodie, so like, um, You'll enjoy it a lot there. There's a lot of good cuisine. But then if you go like to the outskirts of Vancouver, like to like Kitsilano or like some of the other neighborhoods by the beach, it's like super, super like your beach community. Very chill, very slow. And then you have like surrounding um, municipalities or cities like Surrey, Langley, Abbotsford, uh, whatever else, a few others. But yeah, super cool. And like it's one of the only places in the world where like you can look one way and see mountains, look the other way and see the ocean, and look the other way and see city skyline. It's one of the only places in the world. I think Japan would be another, but it's very rare. And there's just so much to do. And the weather's awesome. And your dollar goes a lot further there if you're American. If I went to visit the US, where would I say the top places are? Oh man, I'm not the guy to ask. I haven't been to many places in the US, but like it all depends on what you're after. US is like such a crazy country because like there's so many different landscapes. Like if you want to go like have some of the like world's best like skiing or snowboarding or like mountains, like go to Denver, where Colorado, like where Hughes is at. Um, if you want to have amazing beaches, like white sand beaches and like tropical weather, go to Florida. Um, if you want to experience like a lot of history and old buildings and shit, go to like the Northeast, um, like Boston area, like Boston, Pennsylvania, New York, kind of upstate that way. Um, if you want, California is its own whole thing too. Oh, one second.
Muted.
Fuck, sorry guys. I've been muted the entire time. Shit. Okay. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I was saying the US is incredibly huge. I agree with Hughes. Um, but Gavin was messaging me probably saying that you dumbass, you dumbass, you're muted. Okay. No, I was saying that like if you really want to just like experience all the best parts about US, just like travel the perimeter. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Just had a lovely conversation with myself. Um, but yeah, travel the perimeter and then just stay away from the inside. Sorry, guys. And then Da Vinci, like to put it into perspective, um, I looked it up. That's what I was talking about. Is like I asked how many Swedens can you fit in Texas? You could fit 1.5 Swedens just in Texas alone. That's just one state out of 51 or 50. 50. Yeah, 50. I thought Alaska was the 51st state for a second. Cue up the Canada as 51st states jokes. Yeah, the US is huge. Oh, Slim Trady's from Sweden as well. Da Vinci, you have a friend. I want to go to Sweden really bad, actually. I'd love to go to Sweden in like New Year's, around New Year's time in the winter. Fuck winter. Dude, I feel that. I'm from Canada, so I feel that shit to my core. But like at the same time, if I'm celebrating New Year's, I don't want to be somewhere warm. I want to be somewhere like cozy, you know? I want to be like blackout in some Swedish club with all my friends. Swedish summer is amazing. What makes it so special? Is it just because it's like is it the same reason why Canada's summers are awesome? Is because they're just super short and like we just need to be grateful for what we have when we have it? Yeah. Same. Same. That's just what we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better. We're like, oh, prairie summers are just the best. But like they're no better than any other any other summer. It's just they're shorter, so we have to just cherish them. Yeah, Colorado. Yeah, I remember you telling me Colorado. It's like a desert, dude. And like, think about it. Like, you're trapped inside the mountains. Like, you're basically like baking in a fucking casserole dish. But yeah, it's like desert, right? No, I do like winter. I like winter sports, like hockey. Hockey. I used to like skiing and snowboarding, but not so much anymore. Mainly just hockey, really. High Plains desert, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and everything's on fire. Yeah. Go Avs, go, am I right? I mean, shit. Who else? Who am I rooting for? Probably the Avs right now. All my teams are fucking gone. I like the Avs. Well, that's not true. The Habs are still in it, which I know you fucking hate. So, holy shit, Carolina swept Philly. Boys, Carolina might win the cup. I actually kind of hope Carolina wins the cup because they have been good for so long. But yeah, I'd love a Colorado Montreal final. Fuck Vegas. Yeah, I know that the Habs. I know they're playing. Is Buffalo another team that you hate just because you're a Boston fan, or is it just because they beat Boston? What do you think about Morgan Geeky, Colorado? What's your Bruins take on Geeky? What do we got going on? Nada. Oh, we got some weird shit going on. Geeky has somehow been actually good for the Bruins. What do you mean? Yeah, I think he's solid. He's just not like your big household name. You know? Let's see his stats. I wouldn't say shit career. Not great. Above average, I would say. Well, I would say at the average. But yeah, he's slowly getting better. I didn't know he's been in Boston for the past 3 seasons. No, he's I think he's good. I think he's only gonna get better too. He's just like not your like I he grew up I grew up playing hockey against him. He grew up probably like an hour and a half from where I grew up. So like we were just one region over, so I would always play his. in AAA. I remember playing him lots in Bantam and midget AAA. And like he was super good, but like never, crazy. Crazy good, just super consistent. But like just natural talent. Naturally talented. I like seeing those Manitoba boys light it up. Light it up in the NHL. No, of course, yeah, he's not a Pasternak. But like not many players are. I think people have their bars way too high for hockey players in the NHL. Like yeah. They think like oh, he only scores, 10, 15 goals a season. Oh, he's dog shit. And it's like, no, like if he could light up, he's better than like 99% of the other hockey players in the world. 99.7%. I think it's like 0.3% of hockey players make it to the NHL. Might be less than that even, but um let's see here. Let's see hither. So we've got like a 30-minute SMT or like SMT at this 2 o'clock low with YM. It ain't sexy, but I imagine it's just going to use this breaker and just continue higher. Um, that would be my assumption. Because the previous hour closed bullish still. Yeah, it's probably just could just continue higher and higher. Nothing to do, but that's likely what's going to happen. Higher for longer. So your entry would have been there. You just hold it here, here. That's kind of where I'm eyeing. Spool. What do you guys have going on for the rest of the day? Any cool stuff? Have you shown the trade breakdown from earlier today? I can. I can do it again. I did it at the start of the stream. Going down to the beach, Valley County to walk. For a walked around up today, around up today. Nice. Little beach walk. Yeah, so I'll break it. I can break it down. Um, So started on the daily just for some narrative perspective, right? We had Friday or Monday close bullish, right above its previous daily high. We had left this for value gap. Tuesday, CPI day, traded back down into that for value gap, created SMT at the Monday or Friday low. We also met 4-hour projections of this 4-hour breaker block. You could see -2 standard deviations. We also met weekly projections as well from the high of the week to the open of the week, which is right here. So if we go like that to that, you can see we met projections there, respected those nicely. And then we closed out the day, rallied up, basically erased all the losses and damn near finished above the AM session open. So from there, we could go into the next day anticipating, okay, we're going to go from internal to external on the daily. And then throughout the overnight session, we continued our ascent higher, closing above this swing high from 9 a.m., creating an hourly breaker. And then what I was looking for was a retracement back into, from these highs here, a retracement back into discount of the expansion range, but more importantly, get back into this 15-minute breaker that was nested with the digital open, so the 1800 open, right? So also a couple other things, right? This 15-minute breaker that we were adding or that we were looking to get in on had projections that are already drawn, and they haven't been met yet. So -2 standard deviations were not met yet from this breaker, suggesting that the move was not over. We also just missed previous daily high, engineered liquidity, and high of week, also engineered liquidity. So we had relative equal highs to go into the pot of confluences. So you retrace at 930 Judas down into the digital opening price. We respect it. Get long inside the breaker or at digital open. Put your stop at Asia low. We create SMT with ES at the Asia low as well as with YM. And then take it up to the daily high or the previous daily high. I took mine to previous daily high. You could have taken it to the high of week as well. But the idea was to reach -2 standard deviations of the 50-minute breaker we were entering on, as well as -4 standard deviations of the digital open projections. So that is the breakdown. I'll do something cleaner. I'll do a nice clean video breakdown and post it, but my telltale sign for this one was, in fact, that even with ES daily high SMT from pre-market, ES left equal highs and overall bullish market. Yeah, exactly, right? So what he means that by that, guys, is if you look, sure, we formed daily high SMT with ES. We even formed a 15-minute bearish breaker, closing below the 3 o'clock low. Right, we talked about that on stream too. But the weight of the bullish market and the weight of this trend higher heavily outweighs something like this, right? We already had the 4-hour breaker from the high of the week already met its projections. Like we don't need to, go any lower because it's already retraced to a discount, formed SMT, and traded into daily internal, right? There's so many reasons why this short was just engineered liquidity, right? And you can see on ES, it was even cleaner. Like if you draw the equal highs or draw the high, you can see like it just missed. And it created daily high SMT. But like that daily high is like nested within the high of the week. So it's really not that clean of a SMR. So you had conflicting criteria, but not at all something to be concerned about. So pretty clean, pretty clean. Have a safe flight, Colorado. Safe travels home, brother. Many people go off of momentum. So when 9:30 opens up into the daily opening with the M15 breaker from overnight that hasn't met its projection either, that's a buy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. That's 9:30 Judas juice right there, dude. You could see right through that. We anticipated 9:30. I was looking to get into a short to go long, but I didn't get the short opportunity. Like I would have, it was so easy to read. But like in the moment when you're in the trade, you're like, oh fuck, like this is getting 19 points from my stop loss. But like I said, right down here, does anyone remember what I said down here when it was like just about to take my stop? Like 948 to 950, what I said? Gold star for anyone that can remember what I said. Yeah, I would have liked to go in heavier too. I just couldn't afford the risk. I would have been over risking. Nobody remembers what I said? There's only 12 people in here. Everyone's kind of slowly dipping out. That's the PM session for you. I said, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Yeah, proceeds to Amir. I said, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. And lo and behold, you just stick to your plan, accept the outcome, whatever it may be. You will be rewarded more often than not if you have an edge. We'll go a little bit longer here, guys. Once you truly understand the validation levels, you're set. Exactly. And once you understand the standard deviations can tell you how much R you potentially you can get to, um, you're also set. Are your average trades 2R? I think my average is higher than that. I'd say it's 2.5, I think, 2.5, 3. But like I can also just hold my trades for longer too. This is one of those trades where like I had a hard time holding it longer than because like I held this trade for oh 3 hours. So like majority of the AM session. Well, I did yeah, basically the whole held it till almost the PM session. But that was my target for the day. I don't mind holding it like that though, because like I just I can get into the trade and then I can just be off for the rest of the day. Like I'm not monitoring a 1 minute setup. But yeah, I'd say somewhere between 2 and 3 are probably like 2.5. That's what my data suggests. Whenever I've done back testing sessions for longer terms, like over 100 trades or more, it'll be around that 2.5 R. But there's specific times where you can hold your trades for longer and get more. I truly believe, and I'm gonna be probably the voice you don't want to hear or the odd man out here, but I truly believe that if you want more R to R, don't try to tighten your stop, just hold your fucking trade longer. Like if you want to be a man in the morning, you got to be a man at night type shit, you know? You've seen it too everywhere online. Their stop losses are all over the place with no real logic, just what feels good. Yeah, exactly, dude. It's all just fucking stupid LARPing, man. It's stupid LARPing. Like that's one of the first questions that I ask people when they share with me a trade idea, and I'm like, okay, why is your stop where it is? Because like the most important part of your trade is not your entry, it's not your take profit, it's your fucking stop loss. Because your stop loss dictates your probabilities. Yeah, as long as it doesn't take the low, you're good. That's it. It's simple. It's so simple. It's just protected highs and lows. Now, I can't say it's not easy, but it's simple, if that makes sense. Like learning to trust invalidation levels, learning to stick to invalidation levels and finding them and like getting good at reading them. Um, that's the hard part, but it is simple. It's just put your stop at the low. You don't have to be cute. You don't have to put it at the low of the bodies. You don't have to put it at mean threshold of the OB because oh, there's a propulsion block in there too, and then that's going to hold price up instead of it going to mean threshold of the OB. Blah 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 blah. It's like oh, I'm going to break down to the 15-second chart and try to fractalize my 1 minute entry into a 15-second entry so I can save myself 2 points of stop loss. It's like it's just like if you think it's going higher, just fucking get long, man. Uh, just fucking get long, dude. You don't think Asia low is going to get taken because that's the low of a 15-minute breaker? Well, shit, just buy the breaker and put your stop at Asia low and watch it go. Do you also look at Bitcoin? Yeah, not for trading, just for investing. Probably my longest trade. Oh yeah? Congrats. Holding trades is a skill. You have to build that skill. So good on you for holding today. You probably learned so much. Make sure you journal that. Oh, yeah. Man, I swear, in a few months, like I've been really enjoying doing these lab live streams, whether in the AM or the PM. The AM is busier and like more locked in, but the PM is fun too because we can just chat. Um, we can just chat. But I've been really enjoying it. So thank you guys for making it more fun. Do you think Bitcoin and indices move directionally the same? Don't really know. Let's just look at the weekly. Let's look at the weekly and you tell me. Wait, not yeah, wait, here we go. Do NQ. NQ1, new pane. I would tell you that it probably goes in seasons. Because if you look at when Bitcoin was dumping, NQ was consolidating. When NQ was pumping, Bitcoin was as well. And then recently, so like I'd say it's more along the lines of the same, but they're different because crypto is a completely different sector, but it's being treated like a risk on asset, right? But crypto is still new compared to equities. So I can't speak for certain. I don't use Bitcoin correlation to anything. Like I don't really, because I don't trade it. If I was to use anything, it'd maybe be ETH. But I've heard that I've heard some people say that it's inverse. I've heard other people say that it's positively correlated. Your guess is as good as mine. That Wick kicked me out. Where? Where were you positioned at, Andy? I enjoy the PM streams a lot more. You're better when you're solo streaming, TBH. Really? What's better about it? I mean, when I'm solo streaming it's usually in the PM and I just don't take trades in the PM, so I'm more relaxed, I guess. Because I don't trade the PM that often. So like that's what kind of why I feel bad when I trade PM. I'm like, man, these people are coming here and they probably want to see trades get taken, but like, fuck, I can't. Yeah, definitely more laid back because that's just how the PM is, dude. It's just I was pretty laid back this morning, but yeah, PM we can kind of talk about more stuff. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. Just like use this time to educate and like do breakdowns and answer questions and just like catch up with you guys, and talk shit. Just a little bit of talking shit. Just a little bit of shit talk, a little bit of shit talk. It's good for the soul. It would be fun if more people could share more or ask more about certain trades for you to break them down. Ooh, well, here's an idea. What if what if I like opened up my DMs or like we opened up an email for you guys to send your trades in and we can do like a 30-minute segment of the stream where I like peer review your trades, not like from a coaching or mentoring perspective, just like peer reviewed trades. And like we can talk about it. Yeah, yeah. Gavin, hey, let's note that down. Let's note that down. I'm gonna run it by the bosses. That's a PM segment right there. That's a PM segment idea. Would you guys like that? Have some slap dick NQ trader go over your trades and tell you what you did right and tell you what you did wrong? Okay, we'll work on it. We'll work on it. We're gonna make note of it. I'll talk to the bosses. I'll talk to Poppy Alex and Papa Kane, see what they say. Uh, I would say just trade Bitcoin from the extremes using simple high low, high time frame liquidity levels. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Trade the daily. Trade the daily in like the higher time frames on that. Very simple. Simple logic. Thanks, Bray. You've had a meaningful impact on my trading all the way back. Oh, I appreciate that, Amir. I'm glad. How long have you been, well, I won't say learning from me, but like watching my stuff? How long have you known about me, I guess? It's good to know. Maybe I got some OGs. I don't ever consider myself, better than anyone else. I just show up and I just try to keep it real. Think you said you're gonna hold it? Hold what? I recently started using the 15-minute breakers as a guide. I'm forcing myself to hold longer. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Let the 15-minute tell you. Like let the 15-minute guide you in that. Reno 911. What's up, Anthony? Well, well. What do we do now? I'm thinking we just call it. I'll probably be back tomorrow streaming AM, I think. I think. Let me see. We'll see. Um, yeah, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna go tend to the backyard. Just go clean out the garage and stuff too. I don't know. Just just homeowner things, I guess. Boring stuff. But I will catch you guys tomorrow. If I'm not streaming, I'll be in the chat bugging you guys. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all the convo. It was a lot of fun. I'm thinking we're just going to be bullish for the rest of the week, to be honest. I think low of week was put in on Tuesday, and we're probably due for a Thursday. We're due for more expansion, I think, unless we get a new breaker and stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't see any reason to short it. So we'll see what we can capture tomorrow and Friday. So yeah, okay. Thank you guys again for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like this stream before you go and subscribe. Click the bell so that you don't miss a stream. We do stream Monday to Friday, London session, AM session, and PM session. So we've been grinding out here. So we hope you've been enjoying the streams. And yeah, we will see you for the London session. I believe Juno will be on. So make sure you tune in for that if you're over in that time zone. Juno's been on a heater. So if you want a free dub, I mean, look no further. And then I'll probably see you guys in the AM session, okay? All right, gang. Okay, you guys have a good one. I will chat with y'all tomorrow. And yeah, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Okay? Ciao for now. Bye-bye.